Welcome to Realty Reels, your go-to Aussie channel for property insights and market trends. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get closer to your real estate dream. Australian housing crash 2025. Explained what experts are warning. Australia is officially one of the most expensive places to rent on the planet. Rents have jumped at the fastest pace in nearly 2 years, and many Aussies are now wondering, has the property market finally hit its breaking point? Today, we'll unpack why top economists believe the Australian housing system is unsustainable, why young buyers are being priced out, and what real solutions might actually fix this housing mess. Housing affordability in Australia is at its worst level in more than 2 decades. Back in the 1970s, the average home in Sydney cost about 4.5 times the average yearly income. Today, you'd need around 12 years of your salary just to buy a home outright. That means what was once a dream for working families has now become a financial nightmare. And here's the shocking part: many government policies are designed to keep the housing bubble alive, not fix it. Australia's housing minister recently said, "We don't want to see house prices fall. We want to see sustainable price growth." But let's be honest, how sustainable is it when first home buyers are priced out completely? According to economist Professor Steve Keen, the system is stacked against young people. Why? Because politicians, many of whom built their wealth during the housing boom, have a vested interest in keeping prices high. The data backs it up. Since the 1970s, private household debt in Australia has skyrocketed from 34% of GDP to over 120%. That explosion in debt didn't grow the real economy, it inflated asset prices. In other words, banks created more and more money by lending to home buyers, which sent prices soaring. The result? Ordinary Australians are taking on record debt just to own a roof over their heads. Mainstream economics tells us banks act as intermediaries, lending out deposits from savers. But that's a myth. In reality, banks create new money every time they approve a loan. When banks lend, they don't move money from one account to another, they create it out of thin air. That means more lending equals more money in circulation, which means higher house prices. And because banks profit by creating debt, they have every incentive to lend as much as possible, even if it pushes the entire housing market to dangerous levels. Politicians love to talk about government debt, but that's not where the real danger lies. Government debt in Australia sits at around 50% of GDP, which is actually moderate. Private debt, however, is more than double that. And history shows it's private debt, not government debt, that causes financial crises. When private debt levels get too high, spending slows, defaults rise, and the housing bubble starts to crack. So, what can be done? Professor Keen suggests 3 bold reforms. Property income limited leverage. PILL limit, how much banks can lend based on a property's rental income. An affordable housing authority, a government lender that offers interest-free loans to help average Australians buy homes. A modern debt jubilee, a one-off reset to reduce unsustainable private debt and give people a fresh start. Whether these ideas will ever be adopted is another story, but one thing's certain: if nothing changes, Australia's housing crisis will only deepen. So what do you think? Are we heading toward a housing crash in 2025, or just another cycle of inflated prices? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to Realty Reels, and turn on notifications for more insights into Australia's property market.